Well, I would say that first of all, you've got to figure out what you're dealing with. And then once you've figured out what you're dealing with, it seems like you have got to find a way of defeating it or co-opting it, I guess. That would be what his thought process would be. But trying to figure out what it is first would be the most important thing. And of course, well, I don't want to give too many answers to this because it gives stuff away. But, you know, the mule's power is to, it works on human beings. And in a weird way, that puts this version of Hari that's in the vault in a kind of unique position. Well, specifically, psychohistory predicted that the empire was going to fall, and that and the effect of its collapse was going to create, because the empire was so all-encompassing, it was going to create a 10,000 years of a dark age, if you like, and that they needed to get ahead of that consequence. Psychohistory is a tool, and that's sort of the realization in season 1 is it's not a passive tool. It could also be used to affect the future. And in that sense, it's almost kind of a weapon in that way. Because if you know the events of that are coming up and that you need to affect the outcome of, and you can either prevent things from happening or help things from happening, you can change the course of the future in small ways that lead to big results. And that becomes the actual threat of what psychohistory is. And that's more clearly demonstrated in this season, that they're using it as a tool to create the future. I'm going to say yes. But I think it might be quite distressing and alarming. I mean, you know, if you go back, I don't know, if you went back 100 years and showed someone from there where we are now, it would be totally disorientating. If you went back 500 years, they wouldn't know what the hell was going on. You know, they would recognize us as being human-like creatures, but the world in which we live in and the resources that we have and the way that we live would seem very, very, very strange to them. And depending upon what culture you plucked somebody from, it could be extremely distressing and alarming. Yeah. Yeah. It's always an interesting question. Would you go forward or would you go back? But yeah. I mean, I think one of the most impactful and creative changes to the Asimov's books is the way that he's used the Cleonic dynasty and the idea of using cloning as a way of being able to get these core characters to exist from season to season, you know. And obviously the gender switching of the roles has been had a huge impact on it as well. And, you know, obviously fascinating from a point of view of where we are in our culture about storytelling and representation. And that's really important as well. But I mean, from a storytelling point of view, the watching the change of the way that the Cleons, the three Cleons operate and the way that their personalities have shifted, I think is fascinating and brilliant as well. And also then there's Demerzel. I mean, you know, what a fantastic character that is. I mean, you know, I was talking to David about what an incredible resource it would be to somebody like Hari Seldon, that you've got somebody with that huge, vast knowledge of history, and it's uncorrupted information because she has no opinion about it. All she knows is what happened and how it happened and what really happened, you know. What an amazing source or amazing library, if you like, that person would have. Yeah, with brilliant characters. And then there's all these new ones that are coming in as well. It's a delicious feast.